Welcome to the Boom Bap Kingdom. Yo, peace and welcome to the Boom Bap Kingdom. We're here and we're chilling. Thanks for joining me. Word is bond. I wanted to jump back on that Lofi-12XT. I'm having a love-hate relationship with it. Mainly, I like everything about it. For the most part, it is a little quirky, but mainly for me, the issue is the sequencer. It seems to lose timing the longer your patterns are. If you make a sequence that's longer than one bar, which is also one measure or 16 steps. So the sequencer in the Lofi-12XT, it uses steps. A lot of sequencers do that. What I noticed is if you, like, I like to make 4-bar patterns. Some people, what they do is they'll make a 1-bar or a 2-bar, and then they'll copy it out along with the data from the first 1 or 2 bars to extend the pattern. I don't really work like that. From inception, when I create the pattern or the sequence, I'll tell it I want it to be 4 bars, and then I play it out. So what I'm seeing with the Lofi-12XT is if you do that, if you say, hey, if you create a 64-step pattern from inception, and then you try to tap everything out, what I notice is, particularly with the drums, that when you're changing from, say, pattern 1 to pattern 2, there's like a gap in the timing, and that's been really irritating me. So what I've done as a workaround is I've been making 16-step drums and then copying it out to extend the pattern and copying that along with data from the first 16 steps. So if I'm in pattern mode and I create a pattern, what I did was I set it to 16 steps, made the drum pattern just 1, 2, 3, 4, one measure, and then I copied it out holding function and then turning A to increase the length of the steps. So if you just turn A, you can increase the length, but that's going to be blank. So you'll have data for the first, bar or 2, whatever. And then once you say, all right, be 64 steps, that's going to be blank. So what I decided to do is make the drums in the first 16 steps and then hold down function, turn it to 32, and then that doubles the steps with the data in it. And what I found is when I do it that way, I don't have as bad timing when I'm going from pattern to pattern. I dig the workflow. It's just the sequencer is a little different and it's taking some getting used to. But outside of that, I'm having a lot of fun on it. So today I have some stuff in here. I want to finish chopping it up. I want you guys to help me out. So let's get busy. These drums and the samples are coming from the new sample pack. That pack is called Boom Bap 101. It's going to give you everything you need to get started. You're going to have some drums. You're going to have samples that you can chop up. You're going to have bass shots that you can play. And we're going to do all of that on the Lofi-12XT with the new Boom Bap Kingdom sample pack, Boom Bap 101. So come on, let's do it. So right now, what I have is drums and a loop. I do not have anything else. So let's see what we can come up with. I don't know if the bass shot is at the right pitch, but we'll find out. I get out of pad mode and I hit that track, track 6 is where my bass shot is. I need to determine the length of that pattern, that the track, because everything is on a track per track basis. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't already change it ahead of time, that's going to be 16. See? So you hit config and you see the length is 16. I'm going to set that to 32. And then we're going to go back into sound, hit pad. And now if I record that pattern, I should have 2 bars. I like that. Okay, I don't like that, so there's a couple of things we could do to get rid of that. We can, do undos. We can go into the steps here and just hit clear and whack those right out, which is what I'm gonna do because it's fast, quick, and dirty. And then we'll do it over.
This bass line slaps so hard, it'll knock your grandma's false teeth out.
Now I heard a little bobble there, and that's because these pads, the sensitivity is turned all the way up, but the pads themselves are very soft and they're kind of bouncy. So that's dope for drums, but it's not necessarily dope for everything else. So I'm gonna look for that step. I'll whack it out. I'll just lay that step back in. We have drums, we have a loop, and we have the bass line, and we're just gonna keep it pushing. What I did to make the loop is I took a sample that I made and I went into pad mode and I just kind of played it at different pitches, I just literally just played it, and I need a hook and just a change pattern. So let me grab an offset. I'm gonna take something. Let me go to this. Let's get that going. Let's go to the menu. Let's go back. I'm gonna highlight them. Say okay. We're gonna load them. And I could use both of those actually. If I go into pad, I'm gonna load that dude twice. Now you can go from the pool and you can assign that same sample to another available track, or you can just load it again from the SD card. So either works. If you go into function, project, and sample slot, you can see all the samples in the pool. And that's going to be the last guy I loaded. I want to pop them in there. Let me say menu. I'm going to say OK, menu, load it to that highlighted track, and he's there, and he's there too. So that's dope. So that kind of reminds me of the MV actually, the 8800, because I do that a lot with the MV. Yeah, so for the hook, I just want that guitar hit like that. And then for my offset, I'll use this one. Because this guy does not have like a 15, 16 level velocity, we have to use the delay. But that's cool. All right, and I want to change that type of delay. Yo, I love it. I love it. And we'll reduce the time on that a little bit. Okay, let's lay it down. Dope. So now we'll go to the mixer and we'll just turn the volume down just a little bit. Yo, I love it. All right, so I'm gonna save this.
The Boom Bap Kingdom says, save yours.
All I need now is my hook and my change, and this is done. So I'm gonna put that in the pad mode. I'm gonna play that. I might pitch it, we'll see. Now the cool thing is I could use these two side buttons to go up and down octaves. So I don't necessarily have to pitch it, but we'll see. The beat is done. Drums, loop, bass line. We added an offset. We did the hook. We created a couple of changes. Everything is rocking. I did all of that inside of about an hour. The workflow on the XT takes a little getting used to. It gets really granular, you know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Electron workflow they kind of put into the Lofi-12XT. A little bit of the 404 kind of workflow, a little bit of the Electron workflow. Looks like they took ideas from a couple of places. It's all good stuff, but it's quirky. You have to get used to it. Understand that you need to constantly save stuff. Understand that the sequencer timing can be a little off. And I know that that is kind of by design. When you look at the advertisements for the XT, at least the early stuff, they talk about the drunken drums in the Lo-Fi 12 series, and those kinds of drums are very often in time. That's not necessarily my style. I like more my drums to sound a little bit more realistic, not pushed forward or too far back in timing with the sequence, but more rhythmically realistic and but still on time. So for me, this sequencer takes a little getting used to in order to get out of it what I want to get out of it, but I'm learning how to do that. So all in all, the workflow, it's pretty good. The effects are pretty solid. I haven't dug super deep into the compressor and the LFOs. I haven't got too deep into that yet with this unit. I plan to do so really, really soon, and you guys are going to see that right here at the Boom Bap Kingdom. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. We kind of took this beat from soup to nuts on the Lo-Fi 12XT. We had a lot of fun. We learned some things. You guys were able to hear some of the new samples that I'm working on from the new pack, the Boom Bap Kingdom 101 pack. That's coming real soon. And when that drops, we're going to have a nice discount code attached to everything on the website. So thanks for rocking with the Boom Bap Kingdom. Stay tuned. I'm going to hit you guys with the crazy BBK
BBK
salute.
salute.
And I'm going to do what I always do. You didn't think I was going to leave you hanging, right? I'm going to do what I always do. And that's leave you with the finished joint. BBK salute. Peace.